All right. Again, good evening and welcome. Thank you guys for coming this evening. We are in the home stretch. So I am going to share the PowerPoint. How's everybody feeling? How we doing?
Good, good, good.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Good. All right. Okay. Share screen. Okay. So here we are. We are module 7. Welcome in all the different languages. Welcome. Okay. So today's quote, uh-oh. Good communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity. So today's module, we're going to talk a lot about communication for change. So basically, this quote suggests that when people engage in good communication, they can bridge the gap between confusion and clarity, leading to better understanding, stronger relationships, and more successful outcomes in various aspects of life, right? So it could be personal relationships, it could be work environment, or any social interactions. So today we're going to talk a lot about communication. Wait, I do not know why this did not come up, but Ashley M, are you here? Is Ashley here? She had
Yes.
gave me, okay,
Yes.
Ashley Manning, yes. You had gave me a quote, but for some reason it's not showing up, and I definitely wanted to share your quote. Okay, I see it right here. Let me
You
see.
might have to close it out and come back in
Yeah,
the
let me try
PowerPoint
that.
because sometimes mine does that.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
want me to tell you what it says?
Yes, please. And I'll bring it back up. You had a
It says,
wonderful quote.
Women like you pave the way for women like me, and for that I am grateful."
Wow. You want to expound a little bit on what that means? Okay, there it is. You want to tell us a little bit about it? Oh, well, here I found it. Women like you paved the way for women like me, and for that I am grateful. I think that is a beautiful quote. Thank you so much, Ashley. Okay, again, my name is Pam Braxton from Odyssey Family Counseling Center. I am one of your facilitators. And we family, everybody know everybody by now, but I will have the rest of the team introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Gabrielle Poiter. I'm also a co-facilitator of this group. I'm also an adult clinician at Odyssey Family Counseling Center.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pam Ross with United Way and serving as a coach with Odyssey on your leadership journey.
Thank you.
We can't hear you, Tony.
No, we can't hear you.
Sign.
But well, that's Tiny. Everybody knows Tiny. She's also a coach and
Yeah.
facilitator from United Way, and she works with Pam. Okay. All right. So, as always, we ask that you turn your cameras on so we can see you, especially when you're participating or answering questions. But since we are recording, if you don't feel comfortable, again, that's fine. You can put your answers in the chat, and you can also use the emoji images at the bottom of the screen to promote engagement, like thumbs up or heart. If you miss a class, please send me an email and let me know. You can review the video and then complete the feedback survey form for that module, and you will get credit. Again, we have a jam-packed evening, so we're going to do a warm-up activity, the bus stop. We're going to review the protective factors. We're going to review our CAC project. We're going to talk about communication roadblocks, active listening, and the power of iMessages. And we will give you some time, I believe in this session or the next, I'm not sure, to work on your final project. Okay, we are in module 7. So we're in the home stretch. Okay, Gabrielle, you want to go over the community agreements?
Yes. Community agreements are expectations that we have for the group. I'm going to list what we have. If anybody wants to add anything, y'all can drop it in the chat or share when I finish. One of the first community agreement is keeping things confidential. This is a group where, for one, people may be nervous about sharing their feelings, and on top of that, one of their concerns may be that what happens in the group doesn't stay in the group. So please keep whatever happens in the group confidential within the people that's already in the group. Ask questions, please ask questions. No question is a dumb question. We want you guys to understand everything and take as much as you can from the group. Put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Background noise, talking and not realizing that you are not on mute can be a distraction from the group. So please keep your mics on mute if you're not actively speaking. Use emojis to get people's attention. So if you have to have a question and someone else is talking, use the raise your hand emoji. I noticed that Tani and Pam put heart emojis when they hear somebody say something that was great and profound. So do that too. If somebody's saying something that you find is profound and you want to give a little silent clap, use your clap emoji, use your heart emoji. Just so we can be a little bit more interactive and inclusive. Take space and make space. So if you notice that you are answering all the questions, please be conscious and kind of take space for other people to share as well. Encourage other people to share as well. We encourage that too. This is a judgment. Come with an open mind to learn. Come to this group. We hope that you take something from this group every week, something that you can implement, something that you can think further on. Let us know if you have questions after you contemplated or reflected on something. We would love to hear about it. This is a judgment-free zone. Like I said prior, there's no question is a dumb question. We want you guys to feel encouraged, empowered. Nobody here will be judged by anything they express, they share, anything. Being flexible and ready to compromise. Just being open to what other people are saying. Being open to different opinions that you may not necessarily agree with. We're not saying you have to agree with them, but just be respectful for others who have opinions that may not necessarily align with yours. Be respectful. That kind of goes hand in hand with the community agreement that I just expressed. Tell the truth and be empathetic. Put other people in your shoes when you decide to express something or comment on something else that somebody else shares. If you would like to add any community agreements, you can share them now, or you can drop them in the chat so we can add them later. That is all I have.
Okay, thank you, Gabrielle. Okay, Ashley. Ashley did her homework as well. So this is Ashley's homework that that she sent to me. Ashley, do you want to kind of go over what this is, what this means?
Oh, I need to look at. Hang on one
Can you
second.
see it?
No, I can see that. I just need to look at the template.
Okay.
Let me try to pull it up.
Okay. I thought this was really nice the way you formatted this. I think this is your circle of support.
Yes.
Okay.
So nature, I have my favorite nature preserve. I love the beach and rivers. So anything with flowing water equates to living water to me. So I enjoy that. And when I go to my nature preserve, I forest bathe. There's tons of trees around me, and I'm able to just be present and drown out everything else, not worry about it. Um, my culture or my faith base, I do a lot of meditation and prayer. So when I'm out in the community doing some work, I have different colleagues. I actually stopped teaching at the first semester, so I've been kind of doing my own thing, but I still liken some of them to my, as colleagues, and I interact with them. Agencies and schools and institutions. Lily's Foundation for Change. It's a foundation that's geared towards grandparents raising grandchildren in Atlanta. And I started as a volunteer, but I guess now I'm a board member. Seven Pillars Career Academy is a great charter school. Getting ready to transition, I believe, into the private side. But one of my sons, been there since sixth grade, and he is now an 11th grader. And GYCC is a job readiness group that I'm affiliated with. My Cubs, that's what I call my sons, Jaden, Giovanna, and Judah. They keep me going. They give me a reason to continue. And then my parents and my brothers, I'm very close with them, especially my brothers. And then my extended family and my sister friends. My mom and dad didn't have any girls, but I found sisters outside of that. Some of my cousins are more like sisters to me, but I have sister friends who they're dear to me. My best buddies are some of my guy friends who look at me like they're you know, little sister, and they look at my sons as their nephews, and they look out for us. And some of my neighbors, we're very close. So I know most communities are not close, but there's a few of the houses that we watch each other, watch out for our children. And I'm just grateful that I can call on them. So this is my circle of power, or my circles of support.
That is
I love
amazing.
I love it.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that, allowing me to share that.
Yeah,
Thank
and I
you.
love the flower. I love flowers. And you have blue
Mm-hmm.
too with the center. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good. All right. So our warm-up activity is the bus stop. So this is where, as a group, you kind of find commonalities based on your interests and community issues. So I'm going to have you select one of these statements and, just tell us, just answer the questions just to kind of see how you guys kind of relate, because what's going to happen is we're going to go over the CAC community project topics, and we're going to pick whatever project that you're going to work on. So the first question is, which family member do you most look up to? Which family member do you most look up to? And you can put it in the chat or you can come off mute. Well, I guess I'm gonna say, yep, Tanette, I was just about to say my mom. Oh my gosh, she is the matriarch. She has taught myself and my sister and my kids and my sister's kids and now the great grandkids. She is the matriarch and she is the oldest member in my extended family. So I most look up to her. So Tanetta, we share the same answer. And Ashley Manning says she looks up to her oldest brother, Keith. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to share? Which family member do you look up to? Anybody else? Tiny says her United Way sisters. Oh, that is so nice. That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. What was your favorite subject in school? Hmm. Who
Mine
wants
was
to answer?
math.
Math. Okay. I think
Mine
mine
too.
was too.
Yeah, I think mine was math too.
Yeah. So Ashley said anything but math.
Nikki said
Nikki
my favorite.
said grammar.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. Tanetta, you and I got a lot in common here. Okay. See, we would be in a group together. Okay. What characteristics do you look for in a friend?
Mhm.
For me, is loyalty.
Mhm.
And I can count the true friends on one hand. I mean, I know a lot of people, but loyalty for me. My best friend, we've been friends for over 30 years. Okay, Ashley said reliability. All right. That's a good one.
I look for a friend that is intentional about any way that they parent, even if it's different from the way that I parent. If
Okay.
they have like shown that they've, I don't know, researched or like they really care about something specific in relation to their kids, it interests me because that's what I'm interested in currently. And I really want to be the best mom that I can be. And so I feel supported by other parents who are intentional.
That's
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
That is really good. Yep. Loyal, support, reciprocity, boldness to speak the truth, loyalty and honesty. Okay, these are some really good answers. Okay. So again, this is just to get us warmed up because we're gonna go into the making a change and discuss the community action project. Right. What protective factors did you use this week? Which of the 5 protective factors did you use this week? Well, for me, social emotional competence of children. I've been with a 3-year-old all day, and I will be with a 3-year-old until next Tuesday. So it's like, and we're working on communication. And Nikki, I kind of got this from you as far as children, he's 3, he'll be 4 in July, identifying emotions. One time we were on the phone on FaceTime and my mom had to get off and my grandson had a sad face and I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Nana, I'm sad." And I said, "Why are you sad?" He said, "Because Grand had to get off the phone." And I was like, "How do you know it's sad, man?" Where'd you get that? So I bought him a book on just teaching him about different emotions and what that means, and Nikki, I kind of got that from you. So thank you. So that's what we'll be doing, identifying emotions. Because he'll be starting school in the fall and I want him to be ready. So yeah. Okay. Anybody else? What protective factor did you use this week?
I'll say for me, resilience. Because I'm fasting and I'm trying to be more intentional about my time. So cut off social media and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, not much else to do. So kind of finding things to fill my time spiritually, pretty resilient.
Thank you. Yeah, that's social media, boy. When I was on the plane, I saw this lady texting. I had never seen anybody text that fast in my life. And I was like, how's her brain going that fast? Like, I really think this social media is an addiction, but for a lot of people. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, so making a change. Okay, so this is where we're gonna discuss the community action project. So I'm gonna share the whiteboard. And I want you guys to take a look. Oh, what is this thing? Hmm. Yeah, I was in this whiteboard the other day and now I cannot get in it. I sent collaborating. I sent an email with all of the topics on there. Did you all pick out what topics that you wanted to talk about for your project while I'm trying to figure out why this isn't coming up?
Can you resend that email? Because I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No, I missed the last class, but I went back and I watched the video. But because that's the one I had to ask you to resend it because I couldn't open it.
Right. Did you get the second one when I sent it again? Okay.
Yes, I did get the second one, but I that's the only email before the one with the reminder. Unless
Okay.
it's in that and I just overlooked it.
Pam,
Yes.
can I offer some grace right now? So
Yes.
if you cannot get into it, you can go back and you can press the easy button and we can use the chat. If you have the
Okay.
topics, if
I
you
have the
would,
topics.
okay, and with you say them out loud, what I can do is I can put them in the chat so everyone can see each individual topic, and then we can take a vote on it. People can just respond in the chat saying which topic that they chose. Okay. If you
You
want to
know,
press,
I may be able to do one better if
okay,
I could share my email.
there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead,
I
Pam Braxton.
I mean, I just don't understand why this does this now. If we weren't on here, I would have found it.
Yeah, it's not up there in the box, but never mind. You can take the screen off. I was gonna say where the
Yeah.
little check is, where the little drop down, where the little.
Oh wait, you saw it?
No, I was saying it might have been in that little check where you have the listing where the little lines are. You can do that without sharing it with us to see if it's in there. Like the little line, like a little menu button at the top, and it might say like saved, whiteboards, whatever. But just go ahead and share your email. You already know, you already got that already in those categories. That's probably the best thing.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I might have to work on that. Okay. But here, I can share my email.
Mm-hmm. And then they can put it in, maybe like Tony said in the chat, what they want to do.
Okay, so the school readiness, we had children need to know how letter sounds work before we send them to school. Tutoring for parents that lack knowledge to teach kids to prepare for school. A sense of self and being able to advocate for oneself. So that was under school readiness. We had a lot under family engagement. Home economics, do not feel comfortable letting my kids play outside. Recreation, more free recreational activities, less gun violence for our youth. Lack of resources can sometimes hinder family engagement. Sex ed, our kids and teens are so advanced thanks to social media, but are often ignorant to the importance of sex ed. Sexual ignorance leads to STDs and unwanted pregnancies. You all can see this, right? Okay. And then academic achievements, teen perfection, pressures that teens have, change lives and motivate others, and tutoring for parents that lack knowledge to teach kids to prepare for school. So we got a lot of top topics here. So the homework was to kind of narrow it down to your top 3. And I don't think I made that clear because I think some people did top 3: school readiness, family engagement, academic achievement. I wanted you to pick your top 3 out of all of the topics.
Oh, well, could they do pick like a top 1 out of each category, and then you have
Okay,
3, and then you can
that
pick.
sounds
That was my
good.
suggestion. Since you have a lot, I was just saying
We
maybe
have a
out of
lot
each
of topics.
category, you can
Okay.
they can select the top 1, and then from those top 3, I don't know how many groups you're probably gonna have. Maybe you're gonna have 2 or 3, but then you can maybe that might be an easier way to do it. Now, let someone see something that they really want to do, and 2 on each one, because family engagement has a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have it right here, and I think that might be a good way to do that. And we can go by each category.
Yeah. I want to try something so that I could show all of them at once. I wonder, can I copy them on a Word document and
You
would
can
that be
copy them on the Word document, or you can create another slide and drop them in on your slide.
Oh, okay. Let me do
Just create
that.
another blank slide and just copy and
Yep.
paste them on the slide. And then you
Okay.
can have them, and that way you can go ahead and type in people's names as once they select which group too.
Okay. Let me see.
And since you already have them in the categories, you can just copy them just like that under the categories and put them boom, boom, boom beside each other. Put them in a text box or however.
Great. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I think it'll be easier this way. Bear with me, guys.
We are.
I'm gonna do it on the Word document because I think that's quicker.
Either way, you can type on either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So all right, I'm gonna share this as I am. Okay.
And maybe as you're doing it, maybe the one that everybody select, maybe you can just highlight that one. You know what I mean? On each
Yep.
category.
Yeah. Okay, so this is school readiness. This is family engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And then academic achievement.
Mhm.
Is that all of them?
Yep,
Oh,
those three
okay.
categories. Yep. And then if you can zoom where they says zoom, you can make it a little bigger. Like if you
Make
just
it bigger.
where the zoom, you can do it by the font or you could have zoomed in on the screen. Yeah.
There's one thing I know how to do, and that is improvise.
I know that's right. That's what we do. That's what leaders do. We have to improvise and because it's always changing. For sure.
I promise you, I have worked on that whiteboard. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can change the margins. Okay. Oh shoot, I was trying to put it all on one page. Okay. All right, here we go. This is everything. I'm trying to put it all on one page, but
Okay, you can play around with it later. It's probably need to go up to the top to change the margins at the top and the bottom. But okay, so you have school readiness. So we have 3 under school readiness. If we pick one, which one you guys want?
Ashley Manning wants to do tutoring for parents.
Okay, tutoring for parents. We have that in the chat.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashley. Anybody wants to work with Ashley on that? Or
Why don't we go through and select all the different topics and then people can maybe sign up after they see which topics is kind of signed up. I mean,
okay, so do we
what's selected?
okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Maybe I
Okay.
want to work on that one, but then you go to the other one. I'm like, maybe I want to work on that. And I want to switch.
Right. Okay.
So you have home economics. What does that say? Do not
Feel comfortable
feel
letting my
comfortable
kids
letting
play
the kids
outside.
play outside. Oh yeah.
Now, remember, with these topics, we're going to do a whole community action cycle project with them.
And maybe the one where it says do not feel
Really.
comfortable letting kids play outside in recreation, maybe those two can go together.
Which ones?
Maybe like do
These
not
two.
feel comfortable letting kids play outside in recreation, more free recreation activities, unless maybe
Okay,
those
put
two
them.
can be together. Maybe it can be like outdoor, outside, and then you can cover safety and you can cover like activities and stuff like that under that same topic. Because if you have many, you can also see how they can be combined to make it a bigger platform of issues that you want to make change around. But it seems like those two could go together.
Okay. Shelly, you want to do recreation. I'll just highlight that one. Okay. That was this one. Okay. All right.
You can put recreation and outdoor / outdoor, that one right there. And those they can title it whatever once they get in that group. But we know it's like
Right.
recreation / outside safety or something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, this one and this one are the same. This one and this one. Okay. All right. Who else? What are you thinking? Even if you don't know, oh, there's someone else to check. Even if you don't know for sure.
We gotta do academic achievement, don't we?
Home ec. Somebody say home ec.
Oh, okay.
Oh, take it. Okay. Yeah, here go the academic achievement ones down here. The team perfection and change lives and motivate others. This one is actually at the top. So that can go, it could go for both.
A new topic, how to teach kids to handle emotions. And that will probably go under what is that? Readiness, school readiness. Social emotional, kids handling their emotions. That's like social emotional development.
I'm sorry, where do you see?
I was saying that Nikki put in the chat.
Oh, I
How,
didn't even see the chat. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no. She put that she suggested we
Got
talk about
you.
how to teach kids to handle emotions, and I was saying that would probably go under readiness, and it would be like social emotional development. That's what
Got you.
it would be under that.
Okay. Wait, you said under school readiness?
Maybe under school readiness. It could be under school
Okay.
readiness or academic achievement, but it goes more under readiness. A child
Okay.
being prepared with their emotions because
Okay.
it's not school, it's something that happens within that child.
Okay. Team pressure. Team pressure.
Can I share my school of thought in behind emotions and kids?
Yes.
I think a lot about how adults would stay out of trouble or tricky situations if they knew what to do with their emotions. So I think about a grown man at a stop sign that just got cut off by someone, and that argument ending in a gun battle and somebody dies, all because they didn't have the emotional intelligence to deal with that. And so they went to the extreme and um, decided that somebody's life was worth being angry about something. But if we
Yeah.
teach kids what to do with all types of emotions and teach them not to be afraid of any emotions, negative or positive, but teach them which behaviors are appropriate when you have these set emotions, I think as adults, their life will be a lot more peaceful.
Right.
The
And that's
idea.
like you said, social emotional intelligence and social emotional development. When you handle that, it'll talk about all those different kinds of things that you're talking about, Nikki. So yeah, I think that's great.
I like that.
Yeah.
Tiny, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that, Nikki. It's so interesting that you brought that up. I actually had an incident this weekend. I came back into town. I was taking Marta back home, and there was a man on the MARTA train. He was probably like my age. He's in his 50s, and he was playing his music like he was live in concert for the whole car to hear, right? And it was annoying. I was really pissed. I didn't want to hear it. And the couple in front of him asked the man several times to turn it down. He refused to. And the guy turned around, he pulled off his shirt and he actually beat the man up. And yeah, so I had to step off the train for a second and it was a whole brawl. And the man who was playing the music said, "Why did you do that? I don't understand." He said, "I told you to stop and then you got sassy, whatever, there was a verbal altercation and it was a younger guy beat up an older man because of his music. Was it annoying? Yes. Did I want to hit him? Yes, I did. But as Nikki was saying, I know that's not an appropriate response. And the interesting part to me is the man who was playing the music seemed to not really be able to understand why the other man got angry enough to hit him. It was very strange seeing two adults. It was like seeing two 7-year-olds, and it was a 40-year and a 50-year-old man.
Right. Men that probably were told not to cry and,
Or
the only emotion that you're allowed to have is anger.
is
right?
anger. Right. I mean, there could have been some type of negotiating, but it was
Yeah.
just all F
They
you.
didn't have the capacity to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And obviously I felt like maybe there could have been some type of learning disability because the guy who got beat up, he really did not understand how it escalated. Although he was going back and forth with the guy. So it was just very interesting. It was like seeing two children who are adults. And that feeds exactly into what you're saying, understanding our emotions, being able to express them. And then today our session is about communication. So perfect.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I wanted to add a little bit to that when we look on the school readiness and how that affects not only the children, but the adults that take care of the children too. I think we have to also understand that a lot of times children's voices, even though I'm in education or whatever, but I do know there are some situations in schools where the tolerance of the adult does not allow the emotional development of the child to be expressed, and they label them as being bad, or they're talking back, or I'm going to send you to the principal's office. And it's just that child is a verbal child and they've learned how to express their emotions, but the adult has not on that side understood what that emotional development looks like for them, and their voice is not heard. So I think when we talk about school readiness, there's a split between what does that look like and how do we advocate for that level and that pivot to go up on both sides.
Great discussion. This is great. Okay.
I
Yes,
think that's a
definitely
good,
do as I say mentality. Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a good topic to to teach kids how to be assertive. I mean, not be assertive, to teach kids how to express their emotions and be direct, and then also teaching teachers to accept that without it being, oh, you're being disrespectful and rude. Because I can relate to that. When I was a kid, I was pretty direct in the things I needed and things I wanted, and it was taken off as being rude and trying to, which it really wasn't that.
Smart
Yeah.
mouth or whatever, when you just were
Mm-hmm.
expressing yourself
Exactly.
around that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Did everyone pick at least one or two topics? Okay.
Did we do academic achievement?
We
Oh,
got
you did.
one.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know we had went down there. Okay, so we do. So now we have 5, right? 1,
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta do this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
5 to select from for
Mm-hmm.
the CAC groups. And so of the 5, if we had to pick of the 5, now we got to prioritize because we only have so many people. So how many people we have in the whole train? Like 10?
Yes.
Or 9? So we probably can't have no more than 3 groups for the CAC. You know what I mean? Because you can't, this don't need to work on it, because the purpose of this is to be able to work in a networking of group to build out the community project. So of the 5, what would be the top 3? Of the 5 that you guys selected, now what would be the top 3 that you guys have selected would be that you really want to champion for change?
Well, the gun violence, if we're going to focus on gun violence, that kind of can tie into emotional intelligence.
Yep. Yep, it could be. Yep.
Like what to do in a high pressured situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That could go in there. You could.
Well, okay.
Ashley, what do you mean? I don't know if you created the topic, the tutoring for parents last week, but what are your thoughts about the tutoring for parents? Like what would that look like?
Which Ashley?
You didn't
Oh,
you say
Oh,
I
it's
didn't create that one.
okay, you voted for it. What were your thoughts around it?
Well, when I see when we had, what did it have on here? Children needing to know how their letters and the sounds of the letters. A lot of that is based on parents not knowing how to teach their children. So that's why I chose that.
mhm. That
But
actually
also,
could have.
also as
I'm
a
sorry.
parent, and someone who's in and out of the school system teaching, emotions are a big thing. A lot of parents lack emotional control. Therefore, their
Yeah,
children
right.
have no idea how to engage with
Exactly.
anybody. So, although now seeing that on there, although parents need to know how to teach their children, I think the number one thing starting from birth is how to handle their emotions. So allow children to flow, but what to do with that. So I'm kind of like
Did he go?
at a crossroads right now.
You could do look at it as being social emotional intelligence, and you could put it into categories that says for children, for parents, and for whatever, and then you can actually list out the different solutions under each one of them, how you think that could kind of pan out.
I will be back, ladies.
Okay. Tanya, did you have your hand up?
No, I forgot to put it down. My apologies.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Tanya said tutoring for parents could tie into social emotional development of the kids. Yeah, I think you guys can make a case of really shaping this to be one category and then looking at the different solutions, because what you're talking about topics, but some of them actually solutions or strategies on what we can do about it. So you making shape that whatever group this is and list some different kind of things and look at it in these different, this is the overall arching topic, and then these are the things that we feel like can happen under this topic to make change for the children, for the parents, for the for the community or the school, or for the however you guys want to shape that. And I think Pam put the emotional thing under the wrong thing. I think she meant to put it up on the social emotion, because she put it where the outside stuff is. The tutoring for the parents.
Okay, what you say, Pam? What I do?
Right here where it says tutoring for parents that lack knowledge and prepared. I think that goes on the social emotional. Because you got.
Is that under family engagement or academic achievement?
It was on the school readiness at the top. You got it right there, but I thought I saw something about outside. Maybe you already changed it.
Oh, I just put these two together.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so you changed, but first it was down here where the recreation stuff. But yeah, you got it together. You got it in the right place.
Okay, let me know, because I don't know. I'm just
you got it, because handling kids to handle emotion, all that's gonna go into one topic. I think that's what we kind of came up with a consensus around, that they'll have a bigger topic around social emotional intelligence, and then they can break that down for parents, for children, and then they can include tutoring, all those things. So those two topics can be one group, you know what I mean, like that. And then they'll figure that out.
okay. So take this out, and then all this could be one group.
That can be one group, and they can figure out what that main topic will be for that group.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
that's one group.
That's one group. Okay.
And so is somebody gonna do something on family engagement? And well, you only have on the family engagement, you have 2. So now you have 4 topics.
Right.
And so are you guys gonna have 3 groups? And if you're gonna have 3 groups, then you're gonna probably, I know seem like the school readiness, that topic of school readiness is definitely one. So I guess we have to pick between the ones that's left on the home economics. Do not, what is that? Not feel comfortable. Oh, the outside, the recreation outside, the safety, the recreation outside, and then more activities. So like, okay, yeah, the recreation outside safety was one, and then teen perfection pressures that teens have. And then remember, we want to talk about, because so whatever topics these are, we want to make sure we're tying it back to why does this make this better for kids in school or in the child well-being? What is it? How does it have to do with children being better? So we already know that, especially for the social emotion, for the parents, the child, and everything, it impacts everything. But I guess you guys got to do home economics and the outside. So of the 3 that's left, which 2 do you guys select will be the priority? Kids can learn to be emotionally disrupted, combating the school to prison pipeline. Yeah. Definitely.
So essentially stop criminalizing bad attitudes, right?
Right.
Because you suspend kids and then they definitely won't learn if they can't even be there.
Right. And so those are the things that you guys will put in your social emotional, why those things are important. It will combat that if kids have social emotion. If we had a lot of more people that had social emotional intelligence, I tell you, our pipeline would surely be decreased.
Well, I meant specifically for teens. You
Yeah,
know,
even a
like,
teen. We will have a lot of teen truancy, a whole lot of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, because that happens because they don't know how to handle. And a lot of that sometimes is lack of opportunities, but there's a lot of things going on. We got to start investigating. You'll see. It's a lot. And that's a big topic and that topic has definitely increased so much since COVID. Even in national, when I'm on a lot of webinars and things like that, that is the main thing around the discrepancy since COVID is social emotional intelligence of what has happened around that whole component and how it has affected academic readiness and school success just all across the country. That's still one of the main things right now as people are still trying to come out of this COVID state that our schools were in. It affects test scores, attendance. It's been affecting a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
you got three.
Go on.
Which one of the three are you guys gonna do? Home economics, the outside recreational, outside safety recreation, or you guys gonna do the teen perfection? So you got to pick two out of three of these three. I'm trying to see how you can combine them, but
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna combine that.
I don't think you can combine them. So you got to pick because not unless you have enough people to have 4 groups of 2. I think you're gonna have to have at least 3 groups of 3. I think it makes it better.
Yeah.
Than trying to do 2 groups of 2, 4 groups of 2.
Okay, team, what y'all think? Leaders. How many leaders we got on the call? 1, 2.
Oh, Ashley said that's very good, Ashley. Very insightful.
What'd
That's
she
very
say?
true. That the social emotional learning of the teen pressures can tie into the social emotional.
Hey.
Because you could do that whole thing for adults, and you can do children, and you can do teens. And you can kind of talk
Very
about
good.
the different platforms on how that affects all that area. Because teen pressures has a lot to do with that too. Because teen pressures sometimes lead to them having social emotional kind of breakdown.
Okay. All right. So
So
we
now
have
you
our
got 3
three
groups.
topics.
So yeah, you got 3 topics now. And I guess it's a matter of selecting from this group who's going to sit under those topics and then sending it out to everybody else. And they have to sign up to which group they want to be in, and knowing that there's a maximum of 3 people in each group or 4.
Right. Okay. So do we want to ask who's here what group they want to be in?
Nikki wanted to do school readiness. She said in the chat.
Nikki, can we ask the question first? No, just playing. No, that's what you wanted to do.
And Tanetta want to do school readiness too. So with the social emotional.
Okay.
So am I saying your name right? Tanetta? Or is it Tinetta?
Tinetta?
I say Ty because it's Ty, but I may be incorrect.
Okay. Thank you.
So Shelly wants to do family engagement.
Which one? Wait. Number 3. Okay, thank you, Shelly. She gonna do this one.
Okay,
Okay.
Ashley. What you gonna do, Ashley?
Ashley can't decide. She can't decide. Ashley, you still thinking?
Oh no, I want to do SEO.
Who was we waiting for? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I put it in there.
Ashley had, oh, she did put that in there. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
she had a suggestion that it can tie into team pressures, but
Okay. All
she didn't
right.
say that. So Ashley is in there. So
Thank you, Ashley.
they have their
Okay.
3 in that group.
We had their 3. All right. And so, Shelly, we're going to find some people to work with you. All right. So, you all have this. Take a picture of it so you'll kind of know what your topic is. You have like some talking points or whatever that you know that you want to include in your presentation. And we're going to move on. Yay, I'm very excited.
This was a good conversation too.
It was. Okay.
Good brainstorming.
Yes. Okay. And so these are the questions, and I will send this out to you, but here are the questions basically for your presentation. This is the instruction sheet. I don't know if you want to take a picture of it, but I will send this out to you all as well. So you see you have 15 minutes, 10 for the presentation, 5 for questions. You identify the following in your presentation. What is the issue, challenge, and how it relates to, and we just went over, I guess, school readiness and family engagement, I think was the main ones. Your vision of the community without this challenge. You're going to do a SWOT analysis of the issue. You're going to do who's in power. Identify who has the power to make the change on your issue and who you need support from to create the change. You're going to talk about the goals and steps that you're taking on this issue. How would you create change for improvement of the issue? Designate who's going to present what, who's covering what. Don't forget to have a timekeeper. Discuss and prepare the presentation if you want to do a PowerPoint, posters, or charts. If you know, I think Nikki did a skit or something last time. So somebody did a podcast. I mean, it was very creative last year. So you can be very creative and have fun when you do this. And don't lose sight of the goal of the presentation to work together as a team and complete a community project. All right. Any questions on that before we move to our next topic here? I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to see the presentations. Okay. Active listening. Active listening. So this is a really important skill in building listening relationships and working with families, just working with people in general. So active listening is a way of listening. It involves full attention to what is being said for the primary purpose of understanding what the speaker is saying. Listening partnerships are really powerful communication tools. It consists of 2 people taking turns to carefully listen to one another without interruptions, comments, or advice. I definitely use this with my couples, active listening and I statements, because communication and conflict resolution are one of the main reasons why people come to couples counseling. So I think there's a video that we're going to show an active listening example. Okay.
So I'm walking along, and my friend Dom is beside me, and he's describing this really cool idea he has for ASG. But instead of paying attention to what he's saying, I'm looking at posters, the really cool posters on the wall, and my phone buzzes, so I pick it up and I continue that conversation from last night. And then I turn to Dom, and he's like, "Wouldn't that be cool?" And I go, "Wait, what would be cool?" I realized that I was not engaging with the person who was right beside me. And that was not good. And so now in my own life, I'm trying to implement this thing called active listening. And 3 words come to my mind when I think of active listening. And they are be here now. Seize the moment. Live in this moment. Listen to the person who is right beside you. So to do this, I put away all distractions. I shove my phone in my pocket, get rid of that poster in my head. And then I use my face and my body to convey that I'm open and interested in what this person is trying to communicate. I make eye contact with them. Now, I don't stare them down because, let's be honest, staring somebody down might be a little intimidating coming from someone who's 5 feet tall. So, I occasionally make eye contact. I uncross my hands, unclench my fist, let them know that I'm here to listen to them. And then when they're all done finishing up their thought, I wrap it all up. So, what you're saying is, and it gives them a chance to go, no, you got it all wrong. This is what I'm saying. And then they'll re-explain it all over again. And I'll go, okay, so what you really mean is this. And they'll go, yes, you understand, you get it. Thank you for listening to me. Listening is such a powerful tool. It conveys to people that you are here to listen to them, that you're not preoccupied with something that's distant and irrelevant. That's for your Facebook time, later when you're chatting with your friends at 12 o'clock at night. Not now, not where people are right in front of you. And so this is what I challenge all of you to do. Put away distractions. Use your face and your body. Let them know that you're interested in what they have to say. And finally, provide feedback. Let them know that you were listening the whole entire time, that you were there for them. And I promise you that when you guys implement this into your own life, it will make all the difference in seizing the moment. And just a note, it's not easy. It's definitely hard. It takes focus and concentration. And I still don't listen to people sometimes, and I feel bad when I don't do it. But when I do, it makes all the difference. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Active listening. So, again, when we're doing active listening, we're paying attention to what the other person is saying. Sometimes we reflect back to make sure that we understand what they're saying. So we are going to do a quick exercise. Let me make sure that's what's next. What y'all think about the video? Have y'all heard of active listening before?
Yeah, I have, but my husband hasn't.
You're wrong for that, Nikki. You're wrong.
Oh, Nikki.
Maybe you need to share your manual with your husband, Nikki.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, there's one more video. Hold on. This is a cute one. I use this sometimes when I work with my couples. I like this little video. Oh, commercial.
You are so loved.
Believe this.
Why did you do this, Allie? This is terrible.
Oh, great.
This is Michael's giraffe. He's crying now. Why did you do this?
Cause.
Cause is not an answer.
Active listening.
Ray, that doesn't work.
It works. I just use it on the worst kids in the neighborhood.
Would you? Look at this. Look what she
Just
did.
try it. Try it.
No, Ray.
I'll do it. You want me to do it? I'll do it.
No. Okay. Allie, let's talk about what you did.
I don't want to talk.
Are you feeling angry?
Reflect back.
You're angry.
Yes.
Okay. But it's not okay to rip up toys when we're angry.
Judgmental.
You are angry because...
Because it used to be your toy.
Oh.
Yes. I don't like Michael and Jeffrey.
I see. You think that Mommy and Daddy pay too much attention to Michael and Jeffrey.
Ray, okay, I was handling this.
They get everything.
Right, and you're upset because we gave him your old giraffe.
I still liked it.
But you weren't playing with it.
But that doesn't matter, though, because it was still yours. And you're mad because we gave it to Michael without asking you, right?
Right.
Well, Mommy and Daddy made a mistake. And everybody makes mistakes, right, Mommy?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you feel better now, Allie?
Yes, can I have the giraffe?
Well, it's broken, honey.
I know, I want to try to fix it for Michael.
Uh-huh. You're sweet.
Thank you, Daddy.
See what I did there?
Yeah, yeah. Can't believe it. It's pretty amazing. You did it.
Anything else need taken care of while I'm around here?
No.
What? What's the matter?
Nothing with you, obviously.
Don't go by me. I'm a natural. Don't worry, you'll get it.
Oh, look.
What?
Don't act so proud of yourself. Listen, if I hadn't dragged you to that stupid class, you'd still be standing there going, hey, no TV.
You're feeling inadequate because I mastered it before you.
Oh, don't give me that active listening crap. Where do you get off listening to me?
Never happened again.
Yeah. I like that. Again, I use that with some of my clients when we are working on active listening. What did y'all think about it? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think everyone wants to feel validated and not feel crazy. And so even if when my 9-year-old needs to, for lack of better words, tell me off, like, or he has something on his heart, I will let him get it out without policing how he's speaking to me because I know that that's not the time to. I don't expect him to put all of his emotions in a pretty little bow for me. And I know that it's not personal towards me. And he's not sophisticated enough to say it in a more respectful way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not, I will use that time to listen to him because he is worth my time. So, if he storms in the room and says, Mom, I need to talk to you and right now, instead of saying to him, okay, you need to lower your voice, I will say, wow, you have a lot on your mind. Let's talk. And then in a separate time, we can talk about the next time that you're angry, I want you to practice speaking in a regular tone so that he feels validated. Because when I'm angry at my husband, it's not nice. And I'm going to try to say a lot of bad words to him, right? Oh, not you, honey. So the point is,
Oh, Nikki. Oh, Nikki.
Got caught.
the point is, I can't even put it in a pretty little bow when I'm upset. And I really want to be heard in that moment, not picked apart for how I'm delivering this message.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do a quick exercise just on active listening. So, it's 4 of you. I'm gonna put you 2 groups, 2 in each group, and basically you are going to use the handout in what is this, page 8? Day 7 in module 7. So basically, each one of you are gonna talk for 2 minutes about your personal 3-month goal. while the other person actively listens and describes the goal, right? Describe what you said. So basically, listener guidelines. So the listener, please do convey an attitude of approval, delight, and respect through nonverbal behavior and body language. So, look at the screen like you're paying attention, right? Give your full attention to the person speaking. Listen between the lines. Be alert for nonverbal communication, such as facial expressions, gestures, tones, speech patterns. Okay. Do not interrupt or give advice when the speaker is talking. Do not ask probing questions. Do not empathize or identify with your partner's situation. For example, oh, the same thing happened to me. I really know how you feel. So you guys are going to practice active listening. 2 minutes each. So that's 4 minutes. Okay, so you're going to talk about your 3-month goal. Any questions? Okay. Okay. I'm going to put you in groups. I'm going to start recording. So, okay, we are back. So, how was that for you all? How did that feel? The active listening as the listener and the person actually doing the speaking.
I was just sharing with Shelly, that was a difficult way to listen because I usually will ask clarifying questions, and now I'm trying to think if I'm listening and I'm asking questions, am I really making the topic about myself instead of the focus on the other person? So it was hard not to ask her questions so that I could relate to it.
Yeah, because all you had to do was listen.
Yeah. And I was focused on trying to remember key points so that she could feel like I was really listening, but that was a difficult thing to do.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
I'm the
thank you.
one who doesn't listen.
Oh, that was very insightful. As Tani said, Tanetta said it was difficult with my 1 year. Oh, we're sorry. I know what you mean. We have a little one back there. How does this activity relate in any way of being a leader?
Because in order to lead, you got to listen to your team and get
right.
that feedback, be able to hear and understand what they're asking of you in order for you to help or
That's
lead.
right. Absolutely. Yep. And what protective factor do you guys think this relates to?
Social connections.
Okay. I'd have to go back and look at them. Yep, social connections. That's one. Parent resilience, knowledge of parenting and child development, concrete support in times of need, and social and emotional competence of children. So I would agree with that. Anybody else have anything else to add?
I think it can fit under all of them. Depends on what you might be trying to actively listen to or convey. Because under parental on the social emotional, you may have to really be listening to find out what is the need and what is the expression they're trying to do. And concrete support, you might need to understand how do I support you? So you got to be able to hear them clearly about what they're sharing on that too, and understand and knowledge of parenting and child development may be that because I have knowledge and because I have knowledge of parenting and child development, I understand better how to actively listen.
Good point. Was somebody else gonna say something?
Oh yeah. Your substitute teacher. And I know I had to learn how to actively listen. Because I would catch myself like, okay, what do you need? Okay, good, just go sit down. Okay, all right, just go sit down. All right, da, 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 da. And I noticed that I would do that often, and then it was like, all right, maybe I need to slow down, actually listen and to what they actually need instead of becoming overwhelmed. Because I easily became overly stimulated with like 25 little people by myself in a classroom that I don't know nothing about. So I had to check myself with that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Gabrielle. Okay. All right. So we did all this, did the videos, answered the question. Communication roadblocks. So basically, I'm gonna go over this quickly. This is also in the manual. Everyone is guilty of poor communication from time to time, right? And it's helpful to learn skills to communicate effectively. So effective communication, it makes a big difference in both the workplace, in relationships, with our kids, with our significant other, friends, family. Many challenges in effective communication stem from poor listening habits, and the best remedy is to practice. So in your book, it talks about communication roadblocks. So it says communicating well is hard work. We are all guilty of communicating poorly from time to time. So here are some of the roadblocks. So we assume people know what we're talking about. Yeah, but they always don't. Or they cannot be listening. So be patient. Look for signs that your message was not understood or was taken the wrong way. If that's the case, try to get your point across. Yeah, we do assume that people know what we're talking about, and sometimes people are polite and they won't say what you say, but you can look by, the nonverbal cues to know if they're actually understanding what you're saying. Okay, we assume people know what we're feeling. I get that a lot with people. Well, they know how I feel. No, not necessarily. So that's when we use I statements to send a clear, honest message about what you're feeling. And Tony's going to talk about that. We don't listen very well. We don't listen very well. Listening is hard work, as some of you have stated. It helps to concentrate on what the other person is saying instead of your own thoughts and ideas. We overreact sometimes to what other people say, especially when we don't agree with them, right? Listening does not mean that you agree. Stay calm, try to listen and respond using the I statements to express your views. And we are not always clear about saying no. No, what they say no is a sentence, just no, right? And we talk about that with boundary setting. Fence sitting creates confusion. Ask for time to think when you need it. Avoid saying yes when you really want to say no. And that's a whole nother conversation. We're talking about setting boundaries and saying no. Okay, so those are communication roadblocks. I'm sorry, communication roadblocks. Any questions on that? Communication roadblocks. That's something in the chat.
Can I add to that, Pam?
Yes, please.
Just thinking out loud, I can just hearing what everyone said, the challenges of being an active listener. You guys have some great insight about yourselves and show a lot of self-awareness, right? And so all of us are over the age of 25, I'm guessing, right? And it's challenging for us to listen, to be a good and active listener. But we want our children whose brains are not fully developed to listen and follow instructions perfectly every time and the first time we say something. I mean, when you think about that out loud, how unfair that expectation is. We as adults find it challenging, but we want our children to do it perfectly.
Kind of. I've told you not to leave this house without tying your shoes every single day for the last 4 years.
Okay, so
you don't have to tell me that every day for 4 years.
Okay, Nikki,
No.
Nikki, I'm just saying. So sometimes what happens is if our messaging isn't work, we need to deliver it in a different manner. For some reason, the messaging hasn't worked.
So now
And
I gotta beat you.
no, that is not what that means.
This is recorded. No.
No, but that's a good conversation. I mean, when you really think about it, because what it's really easy to do is to blame the kids, right? For not being good listeners and not following instructions, because we're grown, we know how to communicate. But maybe for some reason they haven't done it. And my big epiphany recently with talking to parents and stuff has been getting down to the why. So when we get frustrated like that as parents, we feel like we're not being heard, is getting down to the why with our children. A lot of times we're, because we're busy and we have multiple children, so many things to do. It's just like we just want compliance. But if we can sit down and get down to the why we're having certain behavior, we're more likely to solve the root issue. So anyways, that's my sermon for the day.
Okay. Well, thank you. And an amen to your sermon. Okay. So, Tiny, I think that you're up next when we're going to talk about messages. I think
Oh, so
that's you.
I can
You can
continue my sermon.
continue. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Let me put my Cash App in the chat. Okay. So, all right. So, continue on talking about communication. This is one of my absolute favorite segments. And so I know that we're a little bit delayed in time. So I'm going to assign you this with home. Oh, I see somebody cute in the camera. Oh, I love those braids and that pretty smile. Oh, love it. Okay, so let me try to focus with all that cuteness in the camera. All right, so the reason that I love iMessages so much is because it really has been life-changing for me. The reason that iMessages are so powerful, and again, I want to remind you guys that we're in section 7, is that iMessages are talking about when we get upset about something, when we don't like something, we don't care for it, we talk about how I feel. We don't talk about what you did. You talk about how I feel, because it's easier to place blame than it is sometimes for us to take accountability for our feelings. So when we make iMessages, there's 4 parts to it. And I'm going to go over that. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story of how I was indoctrinated with iMessages. Pam Ross has heard this story 5,000 times, but it's the best story in the world. So Pam hired me at United Way as I was going through a divorce. She didn't know I was going through a divorce. And so my crazy ex-husband, he was calling me several times during this meeting. I was just like, oh my God, let me go outside and cuss this man out real quick, And so when I go outside to try to cuss him out real quick, I'm on the phone and the people kept walking by. So I'm doing a fake smile like, hey, trying to pretend it was a nice call. And so Pam was coming into the building. Pam does not know I'm going through a divorce. She had no idea. I had not told her yet, because it's like maybe, I don't know, first month of work. I didn't tell her. So she sees me with my fake smile and whatever, and she doesn't know what's going on. She comes and whispers in my other ear, use iMessage. And I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed by her telling me this. Number one, how do you know I'm angry? I just wanted to cuss and yell and scream at this man, right? And I doubt if I did use an iMessage at the time, but it was really impactful to me because I felt like it was an unreasonable ask. How could Pam ask me to use an iMessage? Obviously, she could read my body language. How could she do that? Because I just wanted to tell him what a jerk I thought he was. I didn't want to share my feelings. And so that stuck with me for a long time. And so what I did was I actually have a screenshot of the iMessage in my phone. So every time that I got upset and I wanted to use it, it's not natural. I don't naturally speak in iMessages. So I would have to, one, not address issues when I'm angry, because I couldn't use one. You're all emotional. Wait till I was calm. And then I would have to complete my own iMessage. And that's how I started communicating. And it truly was a tool that I used to navigate throughout my divorce. I use them so much that now my adult kids, if we're in a conversation and they getting on my nerves, they'll say, is that an iMessage? You were like, is this an iMessage? But so iMessage are very powerful. So there's 4 parts to it, as you can see. The first part, you say, I feel. And you put a feeling word in there. Pam was talking us at the beginning about her grandson saying, I feel sad. He was able to identify his emotions. We have to stop and identify, what is this emotion? Why do I feel? If he could do it at 3, you guys, we can do this as grown-ups, right? So he gave us hope. And then you're going to say, when do I feel like this? And you're going to describe the behavior when I come home and when I came home and stuff was rearranged on my desk. That really had me hot. I came home from vacation and my room was rearranged. Because I like for my things to be in the place that I put them so it'll be easier for me to navigate. I would like, and then you give an expectation or a boundary for what you want, for what you expect next time. And this is the big caveat. You cannot, like I said before, you can't use the word you. You cannot use the word you. Nikki, you wrote something in the chat. It says, my therapist says while using iMessages, avoid saying you as much as possible. Absolutely. And, the rule is we try to say not at all. Sometimes it may be necessary to say, but as far as practicing and just keeping to those 4 lines, not using the word you. So I need for you guys, I'm gonna give you an example. So I need you guys to throw out some challenges real quick, and I'm gonna complete an iMessage for you to give you an idea. Give me something that really had you hot under the collar, and you need to tell
Me,
somebody.
when
Huh?
my 3-year-old comes downstairs and all she wants is a hug from mommy, and I have a lot, and my husband says, get back upstairs. And now my daughter, it's his daughter too, but my daughter is crying.
Mm. So you want to give this iMessage to your husband about how he responded. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is a good one. It's a good one because it's really challenging. Okay. All right. So I feel like a what you call it, a rapper when they rap off the top of their head. About to get a gold chain after this. All right. All right. So Nikki, tell me how okay, I'm just gonna pretend I'm you. Okay. So I'm gonna make up some emotion words, okay? So I feel oh how freaking cute. It's too much cuteness in the screen. I gotta
She's already been put to bed, and so she came down here to tell me a message about her eating some trash, and I'm here to listen to it.
to listen. There you go. Oh, how sweet. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to make this quick because I need my gold chain. Okay. So to hubby, I feel frustrated and sad when the children are yelled when the children are yelled at or when the children are yelled at for something natural. I'll just put that in there because it's important to listen and respond to their feelings or to their messages. I would like to give all of the kids an opportunity to speak their mind when they have something to share. Now that's just a stab in the dark because that is a really big topic, So we could be talking about how you feel watching your child respond, right? Or you could be saying like, "Hey, I thought we had a conversation about because this is about you and your husband being aligned with your beliefs on how you're going to talk to the children, right? I feel disrespected when you go against our agreement of how we are going to respond to our children. You know, when they do something that one of us doesn't like, because our children have a better chance of being successful when we're in agreement. I would like for us to come up with boundaries for how we will respond to our children. It can be that simple. I'm not that simple. But so anyways, that's an example of it. Again, it's a challenge, but I literally I have it in my phone. Pam, how many times have you heard me talk about iMessages over the years? Is it 5,000 or 5,200?
Probably the latter.
So literally, like I said, it's life changing because what it does is when you're saying I feel and talking about how you feel, you are taking power and control. What do I have the power to control? What are my boundaries and my expectations? Why am I connected to this situation. What can I do to make this situation better? Because whenever we have a challenging situation, there is something that we can do or should be able to do in our power to improve things, whether it's remove ourselves, have a conversation, make a boundary, give a suggestion. Maybe the other person never even thought about it from that perspective. So this is my challenge to you, to everyone here. I want you to think of a situation that's been bothering you, okay? Whether it's a kid, a coworker, a spouse, a partner, whoever. I want you to think of that situation. I want you to write an iMessage. Write it out first, please. Remember, you can't use the word you. We're not using the word you. And then after you write it out, I want you to share that iMessage with the person and then use your active listening to note how they respond. Note how they respond. Just look at their body language and stay in that uncomfortable feeling like, oh, like Nikki was talking about, I want to say something, or you want to take notes. Your notes should just be of how does that person respond. So that is your homework for next week. So when we come back, we're going to hear everyone's iMessage and talk about how it felt to listen to the response from your iMessage. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, no, we want Gabrielle said she want to give out some door prize. So that's our homework. Gabrielle, take it away. Thank you. Maybe.
I think you gotta let me. Okay. Got it. Hey, Ashley, is that 2 in a row?
Woo!
Oh,
Congratulations,
wow.
Ashley.
Okay. All right. So let's see. We went a little over, but I think that's okay as long as we got what we needed. All right, homework. As Tiny said, please practice the iMessages and active listening skills with family members. Work on your CAC final project for group presentations. I don't think that's the right date. The last date is supposed to be May 21st. I apologize. May 21st. That's when we're going to have our graduation. And please bring a favorite quote to share. All right. So are there any questions? Is there anything that you want to ask, discuss, any clarification on? Please don't hesitate to ask. Please don't hesitate to email me. I am going to put the feedback survey in the chat.
Pam, can I ask, are you going to email the homework, or can you go back to the screen and let everyone screenshot it?
I can do both.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're talking about the homework. Okay, let's go back to the homework. Okay, that's the homework. Homework. Yes, I said homework.
Thank you, Pam.
Okay.
And when you send the iMessage, I took a screenshot and I don't know where it went.
Right here.
iMessage is
Yes,
in your
please.
participant guide.
There's your iMessages.
And it's also in your participant guide too, with the explanations that Tanya went through.
Okay. I want to put the feedback survey. Oh, right here it is. So that you all can do it while you're here. Any other questions, thoughts? How y'all feeling? How are we feeling? We've done a lot of work. Done a lot of work. Yeah, put it in the chat. Peace. Okay, that's the feedback survey. Ashley Man is feeling great. I'm glad you are. Okay, well, I'm going to start recording.